explaining that the only difference between me, ego, and you is the surrenderance. You pluck the same lemon, but you are not saying, I am the one who had the power. You know, when two people fight, have you seen my muscle? You know, a lot of you, they go, I can make you into like nothing pulp because I got the power. Who gave that power? That is the question. So when you say that I will make you pulp, you are operating under ego. And then whoever you are saying, I'm sure that person is not enjoying to be turned into a pulp by you, who he doesn't think anything anyways. So what is happening? Two minds are fighting with each other, which is leading to nothing. But what happens when one becomes suddenly all loving and he goes in surrenderance? You cannot say, I will make you pulp, because you go, I don't have the power to make you pulp. The day you have to be pulped down, some power will come and do it. And then there are some other time I will share fifth story or sixth story about how the person was turned into that, because these are, and the stories are made so us, people like us who have very hard minds. The only problem is we have a mind which is very hard stone. You cannot break it. Unless what happens is somebody who talks from the heart, and really, you convince your mind first. You go, you know what? This person really doesn't have anything with me. I'm not giving them anything. And da 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 da. You put 10 lines and you go, I think it's worth it. I can try them 10 more times. You know, this is how mind works. Wrong or right, but this is how it works. In love, you go, you know what? You need this. I got only one shirt. You take it and you watch what happens. You take my word for it and you watch what happens. But we are not willing to surrender at that level because our minds are too hard. So let's go to the next one. How long it takes mind we talk. Characters of the mind we already discussed. Ego, pride, attachment, lust, greed, anger, vanity. Sometimes we will go to a spiritual place. This is, I'm talking mind, strictly mind. We go, you know what? I really have nobody to talk to. That gathering is a pretty big gathering. A lot of people come, the boys, there are pretty girls, there are pretty boys, there are handsome. We will do some get together and we will see how it goes. Because we want to tell ourselves we are good. We are not going to see girl or a man or a woman. We are going for a gathering, right? But at the deep, if you ask inside you, yeah, there is one of those, either lust, greed, anger, vanity, pride. I'll look pretty, I'll do. So this is our mind playing tricks with who? Ourselves. We are fooling who? Ourselves. We are losing. Who is losing? We are losing. So we are not winning. We have to be, and that is why I keep saying, ultimately this is the path of truth. And the path of truth is not easy. I don't want to say we shouldn't try, but also realize, and once you do the truth, I bet you your level will be so high in feelings that you will forget all the chemical highs because they can't even stand here. That is only a physical thing and it comes temporarily. I think I was sharing this last time, Damien, you were here. I think we were sharing that during the sex, sex is one thing where the pleasure is considered in a feeling. This is not like a sweet. There is a process that you go through. You have to prepare that process. There is an action that has to happen, and it leads to the pleasure we can call so-called pleasure that we cannot feel otherwise. But it is a step. If you don't fall in love, if you don't follow those steps, the same activity is called rape. It's not called love. And why it is so, that pleasure is so important, because at that time the release of that vital liquid leads to life. That is why there is purity in it. The life that will come is also pure, palpitating heart, a child is born. So this is very pure, but there are steps to follow. And in one of those steps is repetition. You have to do the act of sex many times to get to that pleasure. In Satnam also, to get to that pleasure, you have to repeat Satnam many times. Depending there, if your sexual act is 1 hour, your pleasure is, let's say for argument's sake, 30 seconds. Hear your Satnam Simran maybe many ages and it will give you the high forever.
It's true.
It's a comparison and the only comparison I can make, but the steps, if you look very carefully, you will find a lot of value in it because it is pure.
Yeah, and Dr. Carr, sorry for everyone. I came in, I just got here, I've been here 2 sessions. I agree with Dr. Carr. The truth's very important nowadays. These lies that we tell each other and one another, they keep us down. If you notice it in your life, because I notice it in my life, that's when I stopped lying to myself and hey, trying to accept the truth. Whether you're gonna lose or win, you gotta choose your battles, and you gotta forgive yourself for all the things you did wrong and bad, for those that did wrong to you and to them, in order to feel that enjoyment. Me, like, I don't like to lie. I always tell the truth. If I'm gonna tell you something, I mean it from the heart, not even from joking around. Because I live for laughter, even for that lust or that enjoyment. But it's all about, you come from the heart. That's all it's all about. And I agree with Dr. Carr. She said forgiveness. Yeah, we gotta forgive ourselves. In order to accept everything, to not be nothing. And I've applied that to my life these past 2 weeks, and I'll tell you, I've had a blast. Like a blast. Like a laser beam going down through. I think I'm sweating. It's like I'm hot, but then I'm cold-hearted. You know what I mean? And then that love, it's like that love's everywhere. In your brain, your groin, your chest, your stomach. It's everywhere.
That's right.
You feel it. You feel it like everywhere. If it's to that one special person you call that, not even to just like, oh, get a one-night stand or oh, do this and that. No, you feel it from that person and you respect them and honor them.
Yeah.
Before you get into that, you learn to talk to them, like build a friendship, build a foundation. That's what love is. You feel it, like boom.
You feel it. You have to feel it.
Even if it was just like, oh, you had sex, this and that. Nah, if you put all into your, all into that, because when you have sex, it opens up all your chakras.
Yeah.
So
the thing
it's all in the mind and all that. So when you give that all, when you give more, it all falls into place right there.
The reason that is a form of love. That's why I shared that as an example. Because the more you open, the more pleasure you get. That's the law. That is the law in human form. Same thing happens with the divine law. It's exactly the same. Much more full, because that we call them the father or whatever we keep. He's always working. Right now in Damien's body he's working, in Kenny's body he's working. We don't even know he's making toxins, he's making us prepared, he's giving me the power, he's giving all everybody is. He's constantly giving. How much we realize it? We don't realize his love. We don't even know what that love means. So thank you, Damien. That is really good.
Until you really know, like, hey, until you be real with yourself, if you're just gonna keep that person like, oh, just for pleasure, like, all right, but you gotta know, like, because when feelings get involved, like, even if there's no strings attached, someone's gonna catch something.
Now what happens here in this little room we are sitting, we are talking love, right?
Yeah.
So little by little, as the time goes, by the end of the session, our hearts really come up, right, Damien?
Oh,
Kenny, what do you think? Heart comes up?
Yeah.
What do you think, Chris? The heart comes up. Ashley? Dado?
Yes.
The heart, Sergio? Gurleen? The love comes?
Agree.
Yeah. This is your first session, but do you feel the love here? What about you, Evan? Jojo? Always. Ellie? Hazel! Sorry. I'm getting all mixed up. But do you
had it right the first time.
Ellie. Okay. Do you think the heart comes up?
Thank you.
The mind goes down or no? Do you feel the love here or no?
I do.
Okay. Niti, what do you think?
Always.
Always. So what happens when we walk in, because we are coming from life and outside, this is not like everybody is gonna say, okay, I will talk to you and I give you the love. That's not what is out there, That is why DKWs, we think we are starting a movement of love. What movement we are starting? I cannot start this movement by saying you, okay, Kenny, you are part of my movement. No. The day he feels that love, he automatically is the part of the movement. Nobody can make anybody part of it.
Yeah, because you can't please everybody.
No, I can't. The day you feel like,
those certain people we run into that are special,
They will
that
feel the
we
part
get
of
along
it.
with,
Mhm.
those are the ones we're gonna please.
Yeah.
We can't please everybody
We
because
cannot.
everybody has
Different
different
wavelength.
aspects, different attributes,
Mhm.
you know, different perspectives about people. So you know, it's
So here
that's
what
no good about
happens.
life. You know, that's why you gotta have you gotta have love. You know, you
Yeah.
gotta have heart more
Yep.
than anything.
So this is our heart. When we come here, we are at a certain level. But little by little, hearing the stories, being in love, sharing the love, our minds start to go down. They do. They settle down more. And the heart starts to come up. We open up, we share something, we talk to each other. And that is what happens the day this brain or mind totally goes into this as dead, and the only thing becomes this big heart. That's what true love is. That's what the conscious love. You become the conscious co-worker of that big ocean, and then you get assignment from him to go teach that love. And that is why those masters say, give me your body, give me your mind, and give me your material, so I can make you such nothing that you do become everything. What about the next one? We already talked characters of self, humility, forgiveness, sacrifice, giving, detachment, and love. And the last one, I think we are getting to the end of it. Being nothing when characters of soul will shine. Because that is the character, and the characters of mind will die. That is how it goes. That mind will come down. And then what happens? I want to know this story. Dead mind leads to nothingness. I want my mind to be dead. If something needs to die, it should be my mind. Would you agree, Damien?
Yeah, yeah. In order, to be that, that still mind, to have not have all those thoughts go through your goddamn head. So, like,
Shut
hey,
up!
hey, no, sometimes it drives me crazy.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, it
I
keeps
gotta go over there,
coming.
take a break,
Yeah.
take a good hit or something,
Yeah.
or something, and then boom. Like, hey,
Yeah,
I'm right there, back in the line.
So ultimately, it really goes to that nothingness. We need to become nothingness. Is there any more? Yeah, almost there. With nothingness, you lead into everything. An entire universe is on your side, and that's what we discussed.
Yeah.
I really forgot all about this, what we were going to discuss,
Yeah.
but it so happened we discussed that. Now let's open up, and anyone wants to share anything, let's discuss somebody's heart.
We have to close out our.
Huh?
We have to close out our online before we get into interpersonal, because right after that's
Okay.
right after that's meditation.
Okay.
Any final words for everybody out viewing for us?
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you can watch us and join us every Saturday. We are here, we open the hearts, we talk about hearts, we talk about love, and we say how we can share this love and create a big movement that's awaiting in this world. Thank you.
We start at 5 o'clock p.m.
We start at 5?
5 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We end just about 7 o'clock
Yeah.
Pacific
7:30,
Standard Time.
huh? 7:30 the least.
Yeah, but then we have
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah.
After this, we will have a few minutes
Yeah,
break
I
and go into
saw the
meditation.
schedule, but no, you always open,
Yeah, yeah.
And close with words.
Yeah, so hopefully we will see you again. Have a lot of loving days. Hope you meet everyone and get into the surrenderance, get into the true love, which opens at the level of heart and not at the level of mind. Thank you so much for watching us and being with us.
Satnam.
Satnam. And we will get into the meditation later on.